Good morning. Devotions are a little bit late this morning because I kind of forgot, but better late than ever. This morning this week, we're going to look at people of faith and just really cool faith stories that I remember from growing up and just taking a little bit of a fresh look at that. So let's begin. Today we're going to look at Jacob when he gets a name change. It comes from Genesis 32, starting at verse 24. So here we go. And Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. When the man saw that he did not prevail against Jacob, he touched his hip socket, and Jacob's hip was put out of joint, and as he wrestled with him. Then he said, "Let me go, for the day is broken." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." And he said to him, "What is your name?" And he said, "Jacob." Then he said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have striven with God and with men and have prevailed." Then Jacob asked him, "Please tell me your name." But he said, "Why is it you ask my name?" And there he blessed him. So for those of you who don't know, this is the night before Jacob is going to be reunited with his brother, and he does not know what's going to happen. Is Esau going to embrace him with open arms and welcome him home, or is Esau going to try to wipe out Jacob and his entire family? Jacob is scared. He's divided up his family and all his belongings, and he goes to wrestle with God. He is at a time of crisis in his life, and he's done whatever planning he can do, but then he wrestles with God. Literally, in this passage. Now, many of us face that same thing, but ours is more a spiritual wrestling with God. We don't have God coming down and wrestling with us physically, but we still wrestle with God. And what is God's decision? Where is God going to go with this? With what we have going on in our country right now, we have a lot of people wrestling with, how should I respond? Should I continue to stay in isolation? Or should I go back to living life the way it is? And we wrestle with that. It's not an easy decision. And I challenge you that if it is an easy decision, you are not paying attention to how other people are feeling and how other people are reacting. This is a decision we as Christians need to struggle with, not just for our own personal well-being, but how the way we behave within our society reflects the love of Christ to society. Jacob wrestled with God, and as a result, his name was changed. Our name is changed when we are baptized. We are made children of God. Our relationship changes. Who we are changes. But it doesn't change the fact that we will still wrestle with issues. That's part of life on this earth. That's part of life as a created and recreated child of God. Things aren't spelled out easily for us. We have to seek to faithfully follow God's word. And sometimes people who are faithfully following God's word might not always agree. We wrestle with God so that we can do the best we can based on his word. And we seek to reflect the love of God as we wrestle with all these different things we have to think about and make decisions about each and every day. But the coolest thing in this whole wrestling with God, besides the fact that his name was changed from Jacob, the deceiver, to Israel, one who wrestles with God, is that God blesses him. God blesses Jacob, blesses Israel, and sends him on his way. As we wrestle with all these decisions that we face in life, as we wrestle about how to respond to opening up, staying closed, stay at home, go out. Even as some of you wrestle with whether or not you should come to worship this coming weekend. Wrestle with God. And remember that as you wrestle with God, he's going to be with you. You're already his child. He's already changed your name. But remember that as we wrestle with God, he will bless us as we move forward, seeking to faithfully follow him and his will. I pray you have a blessed day, and I look forward to seeing you guys again real soon. Thank you. Goodbye.